Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today let's make an inclined fan-folded hoodie. I've prepped the hoodie like normal and I have it turned inside out. I'm going to use a washable marker and some sort of string. For this one I'm using an old piece of sinew. I'm tying the sinew around the marker. Then I'm going to place a mark on the side of the hoodie where I'd like for the center of the fan fold to be. Placing the sinew on that mark, I'm going to use the marker to draw myself an arc on the hoodie. Then I'm going to fan fold this line and I'm going to tie it with some kite string. I'm going to continue fan folding on either side of this initial line and tying it with kite string as well. When I get to the sleeve that's hanging down, I'm going to put some fan folds in it, and then I'm going to fold it up and into the rest of the hoodie. That'll make it a little bit easier to tie, and it will also make it a little bit easier to apply the dye to, because it's not going to be hanging down so far below the rest of the hoodie. By the way, this is a Buffalo brand hoodie which I purchased from Costco. They're considered to be ladies' or women's hoodies, and they dye up really nice and are super soft. They're 70% viscose, 16% cotton, 11% polyester, and 3% elastane. If you don't have a Costco in your area, the last time I checked, they were available to purchase them online. I've also bought several of the black ones, and they discharge really well using White Bright. For this hoodie, I thought I would use some brighter colors, and I'm using all Dyespin dye colors. If you're not familiar with them, they're a dye company that's out of Missouri, and I love their dyes. They even put the mixing instructions on top of the dye jars, which is super helpful. Before I start applying the dye, I'm going to divide the hoodie into 4 sections using a washable marker. I've also made myself an ice barrier using some silicone cape molds. I've placed the hoodie on top of one of the long metal racks that I have and wrapped the silicone cape molds around the hoodie, and then I'm using some wooden clothespins to hold the cape molds up close to the hoodie. This fold is too large and too wide to fit in one of my pieces of vinyl guttering. At the top of the incline, I'm using key lime, followed by deep ocean, pure magenta, and English violet. Now I'm going to add an additional sprinkle of soda ash over the top of the dye. I'm also going to add a pretty thick layer of ice. I want to make sure that the dye goes all the way through to the other side of the hoodie. After I have all the ice loaded on top, I'm going to take the end where I placed the purple, and I'm going to put that end of the rack down inside of the bottom of this container. That's going to give an incline to the hoodie. Then I took this container outside and I ended up propping the end that I was inclining up on top of another container, which put it at a little bit more of a steep incline. I left the hoodie for about 24 hours after all the ice melted, and then I took it to my utility sink and I began rinsing it. As you can see, there's still a little bit of undissolved dye left sitting on top, but on the back side, the dye has started to come through to the back side. It's a little deceiving. It looks like it's pretty light on the back side, but the polyester portion of the sweatshirt or hoodie is on the inside of the hoodie. Since I have the hoodie turned inside out, you're looking at the polyester portion, which doesn't really dye, so it's always a whole lot lighter than the actual inside of the sweatshirt or hoodie is. So I started rinsing in cold water to rinse out the soda ash, and then I untied the hoodie, warmed the water up to hot, and rinsed in hot water to try to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. Like normal, I soaked the hoodie by running some really hot water in my utility sink, adding a little bit of Blue Dawn dish detergent, which is a pH neutral dish soap. I'm adding that so that it will neutralize the water and reduce the pH of the water so that any of the excess dye that is soaked out of the hoodie doesn't rebond someplace else on the hoodie. When the water cools off, I changed it out and I continued that soaking process until the water was almost clear. Then I put the hoodie along with some Dharma's Professional Textile Detergent into my washing machine and I washed it using a hot water cycle. So now the hoodie has been washed and dried and this is what it looks like. Okay, so I think it looks really cool. I'm a little bit surprised by the key lime. It's got a lot more yellow in it than I was thinking. I mean, my liquid swatch was a lot more green, but when I used it for the ice dyeing, it's got a lot of yellow in it. But I think it looks really cool. I just think this is a bright, sunny, fun-looking hoodie. Kind of gives that citrusy, beachy vibe. I really like the way the dye moved down the hoodie as well. I think it looks really pretty. What do you guys think? Do you like this one? Drop me some comments down below and let me know. And I'm telling you, if you haven't ever tried these buffalo hoodies, if you have a Costco close, you ought to give it a try. These are so soft. I heard people talking about them last year and never got around to trying them. Then this year when I went to Costco, I saw some, just bought a couple, and I've gone back several times and bought quite a few more because they are such nice hoodies. They just dye up really well and they're so soft. So if you guys have enjoyed watching the video and if you like the content of this channel, I sure would appreciate it if you would like the video or interact with it in some way so that maybe I can get a few more views, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.